Hello, it's Cookie on Cookie Streams, and welcome to another stream where today, that's right, some more Ace Attorney Investigations collection. Today, we're going to the cargo hold. We're finishing episode 2 today, and I have, my handy dandy Luck of the Gamer classic cookie tea right here. Oh, wrong sleeve. Here we go. Got that green cookie on there for this one. Let's go. From the Lucky Collection, no longer available, unfortunately, but there is some wonderful merch that is available from the Flowers and Cookies of Spring and Summer Collection, as well as the Cookie Crew Collection, so go check that out really fast. Link is in the description below. Let me get the chat up for my phone here so I can read it more easily as I pull up this game. What a good day we are in for today, a 2-stream day. Starting things off, of course, with Ace Attorney Investigations. And then scooting right on over to FNAF a little bit later. Let's see here. Boop. Here we go. And up it goes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looking for, I don't know, a 170 subscribe, getting to 170 subscribers. Though, I mean, also, if we got 170 subscribers today, wouldn't complain or anything. Oh my goodness. Hello, CNSC. Oh, this is the shirt you have? Nice. Honestly, an underrated shirt. This thing's pretty great. This thing's pretty great. Alright, let's go. Let's rock and roll. Oh my goodness. Settle in. This is going to be an interesting one. No doubt about it. Here we go. March 12th, 2:52 p.m. Flight G390, lower deck cargo hold. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? It's so big. Oh my gosh, look at all the luggages. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large, oh my gosh. It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating. Oh, you have to go to school in 20 minutes, but you'll watch until you have to leave? Oh, that's so nice of you, CNSC. Thanks for sticking around. And in case I miss it when you leave, definitely have a great day at school today. So this is the real scene of the murder. There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Begin investigation. Lower deck cargo hold. Well, first of all, there's a suitcase missing. Oh my gosh. I just connected dots. That suitcase that Miss Rhoda Tenero bought would have been in the store. They hold 2 at a time in the store. There's one obviously missing here, which means that, I mean, that's a bit of evidence to prove that there used to be a luggage here, or a suitcase here, and someone used it to transport a dead body that was down here up to, that elevator thing. Elevator thing? It's an elevator. What am I talking about? All right, let's investigate. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's oh, I love the Batman references. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this fight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Oh? Why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. Oh, you think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass. Yeah, that's, I mean, the price tag is difficult to get past. Hello, Miles. Welcome to the stream. You just use logic. turning into Edgeworth. Slowly but surely, one day at a time, I'm slowly turning into Edgeworth. And Miss Tenero wonders why they don't sell. You'd need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments? Glass fragments like from the shop where the glass display case had broken, or cabinet, I guess, had broken. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we take a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file? And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. It looks like a profile on Francisca. Interesting. Interesting. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? What do you got, Francisca? You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Why? I've been following a very large and involved governmental-level international crime, but it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. This guy's from Interpol? Interpol is involved? It's a top-secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. So this guy must have been working with Interpol. Logic? When is next FNAF stream? This afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. So Francisca is the liaison. That's always a fun word to say. Liaison. Alright here. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. That's kind of crazy. Alright, we ready to use logic? Oh, not yet, hold on. All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and this one says, and this one, it says pharmaceuticals. This one says, for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? You know, when you need money for, when you need medicine, like, you know, during an exorcism, that's totally normal. And of course, all of that is flammable. I mean, obviously. Let's go up here. Anything to investigate up here? Nope, just the way out. Here's the elevator, it looks like. Ooh, I just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move. Oh yeah, I guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the attendant's room and the elevator's control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. They really want you to know that. Okay, I think that's everything, so it's time for some logic. Now, I kind of think that these are connected. The profile on Francisca and Interpol. Go. My health has not been restored. Let's go! Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francisca? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Franziska said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Higgs had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Higgs was, in actuality, Interpol Agent Higgs. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. Broken glass and glass shards. I don't think these are related. Those glass shards look too big. Truth behind Higgs. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense. What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Higgs, but rather Interpol Agent Higgs. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So, you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Higgs was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. Oh, interesting. He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. Interesting. Logic. Smuggling. Agent Higgs was on the trail of an international smuggling ring. Interesting. Anything else that we can talk to her about? I don't think so, because it did do the check mark. Which might mean there's more logic. Oh, hello, sir. Have you noticed anything strange happening around here? No, sir. I haven't noticed a thing, sir. I'm not sure that he meant to sound so oblivious. Wait. Aha. I didn't know that this plane was capable of carrying such large pieces of cargo. This thing's as tall as two of you on top of each other, sir. Gumshoe's using our official form of measurement, the Edgeworth. It would probably take 20 of you to cover the entire surface of this monstrosity. What? Really? Yeah, I guess that sounds about right. There's really no need to take that throwaway estimate seriously, Detective. Bro is too locked in. I am locked. I am so locked. Oh, the character? Oh, yes, he is also locked. Gumshoe is not, however. Yeah, I assume you mean this officer guy? Yeah, he is, he's so locked in that he's not locked in. Which is a crazy sentence. Okay, the bed sheets have to stay dry. So there's that. What kind of evidence have we collected? All of this. The last thing was the Goyu Airlines receipt that Miss Rhoda Tenero acquired when she purchased one of her own suitcases. What do you think, Detective? I can't talk to you right now. Okay. I mean, I can, but it would be a hint, so we don't want that. So either there's something I'm missing, or there's some logic that I need to use. You completely forgot Gumshoe used Edgeworth as a unit of measurement, too? Me, too. I forgot about that. I think it's great. I think Gumshoe is conforming to our ways. Okay, I'm gonna go back into logic. I mean, broken glasses and glass shards. Maybe they are connected. It seems like they're really big, but, you know, we can at least try. It makes more sense than smuggling and anything else. Boom. with conviction. Ah, I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. I think we now have pretty definite evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow. Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. Indeed, verily I say, ergo. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator. But while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped out open, and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere, which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Investigation complete. Booyah, health restored. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know that what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero. Uh-oh. We're engaging in a battle of wits. Definite evidence. If it was a crew member, any of one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. Alright, what evidence do we have here? Bum bum. Ah, for one thing, we know that Miss Tenero was purchasing this suitcase at around 5:40 a.m. The body was discovered at 6:15, which is interesting. It could be evidence. Well, I don't know. I guess it's still quite long enough to do a murder, but okay, let's go back. Well, I mean, let's see. We'll just click through. There's not a single flaw in Francisca's reasoning. However, there must be something I can work with that I can draw out of her. Alright, let's just start pressing everything. That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Meal, or even the captain. Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, crop in hand, much like Scruffy over there. Yee! I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Very well, then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Meal? Ha! I thought you might ask about her. Now, actually, for the most part, especially for a long flight like this, I mean, there should be a captain and a co-pilot. That would be standard, but also, for a large amount of the flight, the pilot is kind of there just in case, you know? Now, I don't think they're allowed to leave anymore, like the cockpit anymore anyhow, but they don't necessarily, as long as there's a co-pilot in there, they technically could be gone for like 20 minutes, especially in the middle of a flight, you know? That of a very, very long flight where more than likely the plane is just going straight. And then you kind of go autopilot on it. But anyway, it doesn't seem that there's a co-pilot in this universe in this case, which is a bit odd, but I guess that would render that point reasoning a little bit useless. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. I think this is going to be on this one. The only person with such a high level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero, because someone could steal the key card. It is missing right now. Why would such important things, like the key card, be entrusted to only one person? According to Cammy Meal, Rhoda Tenero is in charge of most of the important stuff. Then what exactly is Miss Meal in charge of? Chatting it up with that foolish captain, apparently. She was being so foolishly fluish that I didn't want to ask what her other duties were. Gah! I understand how you feel, but whipping me just now was uncalled for. In the end, the only one who could have let Agent Hicks into the hold was Rhoda Tenero. Let's press her on the decisive information. Decisive? Do you really think it's that strong? Objection. There is no room for doubt. All of the other evidence points to her as well. No snappy comeback. That's as it should be. There's not a single flaw in Francisca's reasoning. Well, there's one thing I haven't pressed on yet. This one, the second one. Hold it! But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Tenero. Oh, here we go. It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? You call yourself a disciple of my father. Ugh. Yes, well, I don't have any evidence. Be quiet, you're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon? The Captain Hugo piggy bank? Yes, she is also the only person with a key to open that display case. But the murder weapon was not murder weapon. The statue was taken out after the turbulence, which would have been after the murder. Although I guess whoever murdered the good old Agent Hicks could have gone in there to steal it as a fake murder weapon after the turbulence. So I guess there's that. Alright, further there's the matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. Although the bank was also not the murder weapon, but it's fine. Hold it. But that is a fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as a murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? Perhaps it's either the piggy bank or the body, I think. I mean, if it's the body, we could... I mean, we can't investigate it further right now, but it could be the body because there might be another spot on him that was the cause of death other than a wallop to the head. And perhaps the wallop to the head that he already has looks differently. Or actually not differently, but does not match up with, you know, the shape of the statue. Although I'm gonna go... Should I go with the piggy bank? I don't think that's gonna... Although that's what we have right now. Out of the three things, the thing we have most right now is the piggy bank. So I guess let's just go piggy bank. We should examine the bank itself once more to determine if it is the real murder weapon. If this is the real weapon, it should be damaged or perhaps have a dent on it somewhere. We've looked into that already and there's no sign of anything on it. But we can't discount it as a murder weapon on that one fact alone. The piggy bank is, after all, made of a stronger material than human flesh. But a human skull? Human skulls are quite strong. If I can't prove it through the piggy bank itself, then I must find another way. Oh, so I was wrong, definitely. I guess then the crime scene? Yes, the crime scene. I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail. Detail, I should say. We might turn up the murder weapon if we search all the cargo and luggage. Do you think I hadn't thought of that? Even now we're searching through them. But we haven't found anything that even closely resembles a murder weapon. Okay. Then, okay, it was the body. I should have gone with my instincts. I should have gone with my instincts. Francisca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. Oh, Miles and his autopsy results. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy. Yes, sir. Oh, you have to go to school now? Bye, CNSC. Have a good day at school. Thanks for popping in for a little while. Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy. Eek! Yes, sir. Go, Gumshoe. Run like the wind, Gumshoe. We got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What is it, Detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report, now. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Interesting. Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, Detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Yow! Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, you remove yourself from my way. What is all that racket? My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he gave... Hey, what are you... You have left me no choice but to use strong force. Ah! You won't get past me. This is... Wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing has been about. Further, there is the matter with the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. LeBlanc is about to die. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. Cause of death? Weapon couldn't be found. I think these are connected. Conviction. Conviction! No! Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic. Never mind. Captain Hugo, is there some way for me to prove? These two things? Conviction! At least be confident. Nope, that's not right either. What on earth? Smuggling. And cause of death. Smuggling and cause of death. They were related. My goodness, I am failing so hardcore. There are only 4 pieces of evidence. How am I so bad at this? Let's see. Weapon couldn't be found. Smuggling, cause of death, Captain Hugo piggy bank. Agent Hicks was on the trail of an international smuggling ring. I can't go back. As if severely beaten. I mean, I know the cause of death now is actually from him falling based off of that. Rip LeBlanc for real. Weapon couldn't be found. I've already done cause of death with like smuggling. Weapon couldn't be found. Is it? Oh, don't tell me it's with this. Sometimes in these games, you just have to get there. Sometimes you're just a little ahead of what, you know, of what the game is. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there's extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. A sizable weapon. Weapon couldn't be found. Do we go weapon couldn't be found with a sizable weapon? The logic here is we should be able to find it if it's such a large weapon. Am I wrong? Let's go! If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. Brain is back in line with Mr. Edgeworth. The brain is back in line with Edgeworth. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Alright. Apologies, I got a bit of an important text. There had to make sure that everything was all good. Okay. LeBlanc he's just dead now. Well, what was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca. Well, what? What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go up and We should go check up on him, sirs. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. Show evidence. This is the real murder weapon. It's this photo of Mr. Hicks. It's a big old statue. I have concluded that this is the real murder weapon, I suppose. Oh no. What is that supposed to mean, you fool? That was practice just now for when I would show you the real murder weapon. Why don't we add practice whippings to your routine as well? Urgh. I need to think about the circumstances of the victim's death in a different way. There's a wide bruise running from the victim's shoulder down to his mid-back. Maybe I should be focusing on what could cause such a large bruise in one strike. Come on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. I thought it was, oh, it's not my prosecutor's badge. I thought it was this big old thing right here. It was not the suitcase, is it? Imagine if it's a suitcase. I mean, that's the only big item we have other than this gigantic statue thing, which I thought was a murder weapon. Well, anyhow, suitcase. The real weapon is this suitcase. When you say it with such confidence, I suppose you must have some evidence. Of course, Agent Hicks was placed into this suitcase alive. And it was while he was in here that he was beaten in the head and back. Well, that's not what I was saying. I wonder if you would die if I whipped you from head to toe right now. What are you thinking, woman? Of course I would. Okay, I'm very confused. I think I read that wrong. I need to think about the circumstance. Okay. I understand. Come on, then show me this real murder weapon you speak of. I'm about to die. This is not good. It's not my prosecutor's badge. Why did this picture not work? Missing cell phone. I don't think it's the Go You magazine. That would... I don't think that's large enough. I'm very, very confused. I really thought that it was the statue thing. What is the real murder weapon? Superb class juice to 10 of our lucky readers. Oh, I didn't realize it said that before. Superb juice. Superb juice for everyone. I mean, the telephone was not the... Or the cell phone, I mean, was not the real murder weapon. What is the real murder weapon? Is the real murder weapon the friends we made along the way? I guess rather it'd be the enemies we made along the way in this case. It's not the suitcase. It's not this in the picture. Unless, did I accidentally present the wrong thing a moment ago? Did I just present the wrong thing before? When I meant to press this, did I present this? Did I present like the phone or something? It's not the travel wallet. It's so impossibly large. I'm pretty sure it's this thing in the in the museum that this lady is still terrified about. Let's see, Miss Meal's testimony. No, that's not going to help us. I don't think the autopsy report is going to help us. Though to be honest, it usually does. Whoa, Zinc LeBlanc is 62 years old? Wow, dude, you look really good for your age. I thought you were in like your 40s. Wow, that's crazy. Rhoda and Cammy are the same age, but Tenero feels like she's a lot older. Von Karma's only 19? Dang. I still feel like it's this, but I've already presented this. It's not the phone. Well, we have 3 more shots at this. Any guesses from the chat? Any guesses from chat? Because I am at a bit of a loss here. I really thought it was this, but we can't dwell on the past any longer. I wonder if you would die if I would. Oh, I wonder if you would die if I whipped you from head to toe right now. That's what she had said. Ah. Okay, oh, here we go. Take that. Presented the Go Use suitcase. Photo of Mr. Hicks. Okay. So I did. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. There's gonna be a camera on the cell phone, isn't there? Francisca did start prosecuting at 17 when she was first introduced, and this takes place a couple years after. So she's like a true prodigy. I mean, I knew she was a prodigy, but she's like a real prodigy. My goodness. I'm gonna say cell phone.
Take that.
I have concluded that this is the real murder. Oh, no. My goodness. Okay, so it's not the phone. I don't have evidence to show. What if that's all it is? I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish man from a foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? This whole time. Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. I think we don't have evidence to show it. Yeah, I think that's the line. Okay, free fall. Here we go. No wonder why all the evidence wasn't working. All the logical evidence. Well, not the logical evidence. I guess the most logical evidence. Still wasn't very logical. And this is why. It's because it was from a fall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back, and the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, yeah, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then, we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sirs. Hey you, tell me you aren't dead, pal. Quiet, why are you screaming? He's alive! And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Bargini and pancake for sure, sir. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Ha! As if there could... Oh, I caught a yawn there. As if there could have been a window of time when that giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What? What can I use to show her that it's possible the box was not always where it is now? The schedule... Let's see. Wherever it says that they're taking a brief stop. Is it? Oh, here it is. Booyah. With conviction. You refueled in the Republic of Zangfa? Yes. This flight had a short layover in Zangfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. I'm catching all these yawns. This is crazy. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Ah, it's labeled Zangfa Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zangfa. Ooh. With conviction, yes. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zangfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. But it would mean that Cammy Meal was lying, since she testified that he was, or Agent Hicks that is, was in fact in his seat at the time of takeoff after Zangfa. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Begin investigation. Run, 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 Miles, run. Alright, let's investigate that. This is a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red Statue. Never heard of it. Nor I, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here all the time of the crime. Then let's get investigating, sir. Look here. Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. LeBlanc? You good, bud? He looks fine. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc. Of course it's mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Aleph Red Statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more. How much is 10 million cents? Isn't that only like... I don't know. Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective. Darn, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun, I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Oh my gosh. What a roast. It looked like Miles was poking Gumshoe from that angle. I wouldn't put it past Miles, to be honest. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is that 10 million so that's 10 million cents. Is that in euros or in dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It is a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. Okay. Very valuable. Anything we can present to him? Like our prosecutor's badge? It was loaded on board during the refueling between 4 and 5 a.m. at the transfer point. I mean, we can always ask him about this. Why do you show me something of no value? Show me the bread first, and maybe we will talk. Wait, he wants me to pay him before he'll comment on this? Okay, well, I think we got some important information out of him. Keeping track of this many people. Okay, very taxing on the cargo crew. Gumshoe used to be a mover. Maybe we have some logic. Smuggling and valuable piece of art. I bet those go together. Berm. $100,000 is 10 million cents. Ah. Interesting. That is a lot of money. Although, for valuable pieces of art, I feel like it would be worth more than 10 million cents, Mr. LeBlanc. If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zhangfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Wait, the statue is a fake? About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc, I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certificate of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. Go You Airlines airway bill. I can't read this. What does it say? It says, as plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. That's like 100 ugly suitcases. Oh, dang, you're right. My goodness, that just shows kind of how expensive that suitcase is. My goodness. You get 100 of those poorly designed Miss Tenero suitcases for only $100,000. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. No, which means that there never was a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right. My goodness, this. I know I've seen this somewhere before. The picture. This is the Aleph Red? It's got gold eyes, though. It gives off such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. This statue has a high amount of historical value. After it was unveiled at the museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. It's worth 10 million cents. Oh, okay, well that makes a little bit more sense. 1,000 ugly suitcases. That's a little bit better. You know, that's a deal I'm willing to make. I believe a closer look is warranted here. So this is the infamous Aleph Red statue, But what is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. Perhaps it's the fact that it's not red. Are these eyes made of some sort of gem? That's a real nice shade of orange. For a sec, I couldn't even tell they were jewels. Oh, but they kind of remind me of the eyes of this stray cat that lives near my house. Are the eyes supposed to be this color? Is it possible this statue is a fake? We're going to deduce. Oops, oopsies. I pressed spacebar instead of the deduce button. Deduce. Conviction. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? It is. Look at this, the eyes are red. I have to be honest, I did remember this from my first playthrough. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do. But it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah, sir, they're red. As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc. What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Aleph Red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is going to be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... What is that? Sympathy? For what? You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes. I caught a yawn again. That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. Though, I mean, you can't... I mean, he's not wrong. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us, and the one in this photo. If there's one thing that Gumshoe has over Miles, it's definitely their eyes. Why the sudden yelling? Now then, oh! This is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. Ah! Now, do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. A fake! I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this indeed is a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhengfa, and I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Evidence? What evidence do we have? This cargo was loaded on board. Fake piece being shipped by Mr. LeBlanc, not worth a cent, let alone 10 million. That's great. Okay, proof the statue was loaded on board in Europe. Is it just gonna be this? Cargo from Zhengfa. Although the statue that we're looking at right now, okay, we may not have the evidence yet, because this was loaded on during Zhengfa, but this does not have the Zhengfa tarp on it. What's this? The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. Ah, there it is. It kind of resembles its owner's attitude in a sense. Oh. You, what did you say now? Further, my clothing's hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate. Why should I forgive if the dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it. That's the evidence, though. That's the evidence right there. Deduce. Well, it's connected to this, but it's also connected to this. If the bit of cargo we are looking at, the statue that is, was in fact loaded on at Europe and at the beginning of the trip instead of Zhengfa, and this cargo was in fact loaded at Zhengfa, that means that this, oh yeah, you can see my mouse, perfect, okay, that means that the statue would not be able to be over the cloth from Zhengfa, because it's just too heavy and it wouldn't have been moved. However, since it is on top of the Zhangfa Express cargo, well, the cloth for it, that means it had to have been loaded after the Zhangfa Express cargo was, meaning that it was not in fact loaded on in Europe, but during the hours of 4 and 5 a.m. at the transfer point. Booyah! Conviction! Eureka! There is clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of cargo covering getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Ah, that's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhangfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Me and Miles Edgeworth, our brains are connected now. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhangfa. But then, what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There is only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however, you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. And who speaks Borginian? Investigation complete, and we got some of our health back. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh? Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhangfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhangfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath, now. Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the olive red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction. Ah, which means there was a liquid there. I see. There was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? With grape juice, obviously. I'm gonna guess with the Borginian cloth, considering it had all this blood on it. Conviction!
Take that!
Take that! The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhangfa. Yes, because otherwise, the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhangfa. The power of science! Indeed, indeed. There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhangfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Miss Meal's testimony, I've been saying it for the past 45 minutes. Recall Miss Meal's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhangfa. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., as, you know. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meal herself. To be continued. There's one more part. Save our progress. Why is this part of the ladder then and not middle? Feels like that was a middle bit, but well, it's fine. Decisive evidence. Save complete. Ladder. It's time for the confrontation. Here we go. She's falling asleep. March 12th, 3:35 p.m. Miss Meal. Miss Meal. Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier about when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhengfa? Huh? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible, because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhengfa. Oh? Miss Chamomile. It's like chamomile and she's always sleeping. I just got that. Oh my gosh. Once again, the names department of the writing team, they deserve a raise. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Meal. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well. Miss Meal, if you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Meal's alibi. She's Evie. Let her get in some naps, Edgeworth. I think she just constantly naps, to be honest. Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. All by herself. Well, from 5 to 6 a.m., Miss Tenero did walk in there at some point. How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake up! She fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. The rebuttal. I don't think we need to press on the, yeah. From 3 to 4, she was in the flight attendant's room by herself. I'm going to press on this, though. 5 to 6. Hold it. So you were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. Oh, well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi. They deserved a raise until they butchered Eddie Fender's name. I'm biased. It's not bad, but it can't beat the fan translation. You know, that's true. That's true. Raise an objection. Yes, because Miss Tenero walked in there at around 5:40. Just after 5:40. Miss Meal, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. Huh? What are you talking about? It's not possible you were alone in the attendance room from the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. Because Miss Rhoda Tenero was there just after 5:40 a.m. Take that! I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal. I caught another yawn. What is this craziness? Huh? A receipt? For what? It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Miss Tenero. Miss Tenero! Yes? Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have locked her up by now. I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in first floor flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. Apologies, I just thought of a game I want to search up to play at a different time, so I had to write it down. After which, I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. And did you see Miss Meal there at that time? No. So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Miss Cammy Meal. Huh? The bathroom? I'll be the one to ask the questions here. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, what? Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know. Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth? Cross my heart. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? Okay. Reason for suspicion. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. Oh, wait. There were no quotation marks there. Don't listen to what I just... Or don't look at my air quotes I just did. But you'd think then maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard and the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. I think you're a lot smarter than you like to make people believe. Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kind of I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Edgeworth is a bit oblivious to anything not related to murderous investigations or courtroom cases. Let's see. Let's just go back and press on everything because I'm not entirely sure what it is. So let's just press on the first thing. Raymond Shields moment. No, it's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Mr. Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies. Ah, but say I wasn't in attendance. You wouldn't suspect me then, would you? Yes, I suppose that's true enough. Alright, let's press her on this. She is already being detained for further questioning. Or have you already forgotten? Oh, yeah, I guess I just forgot. Cammy, don't tell me you suspect me too. Sorry, I can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else who could have done it. I can't believe you would think that. I mean me, a killer. Miss Meal, what did you mean just now by no one else could have done it? She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know. Let's press her on this. Because someone could have stolen it. In fact, someone did. And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal? I take care of the attendance room. That doesn't count. But I spend so much time in there. It might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English. Especially those who speak Borginian. She is the only one on this flight who is fluent. Oh, you mean that kind of what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? Yeah, so I'm really good at Borginian. She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian? Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian. Very interesting. If you ask me, it makes her super suspicious. I don't think we need to press her on this, because we just got some evidence, or a piece of testimony that we can provide evidence for. All I'm in charge of are the attendance rooms and some Borginian stuff. Let's press her on this. I think this is the evidence, or this is the bit of testimony we have to present evidence for. So what exactly do you do as the one in charge of some Borginian stuff? I do stuff like translate things from and into Borginian. Cammy is the only member of the crew who understands Borginian, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Meal, I take it then that it is your job to process all the Borginian paperwork. Yeah, see, I totally pull my weight around here. So it would appear. Perhaps I should ask her for a few more details about her work, and Miss Meal, it's very unladylike to push suspicion onto someone else. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying that Miss Rhoda is very sus. She's very sus? She's very sus, you say? There you go, pushing everything onto her again. I don't get what you're saying. It must be a really abstract concept, huh? The only thing abstract here is the landscape inside your head. Oh. Boom, roasted. We need like a bit of merch from like the Ace Attorney team. That's just like Miles Edgeworth roasting someone. Alright, I think we need to present some evidence here. Oh, not the history. Hold on. Present some evidence. To be specific, the forged document. Well, maybe it's not exactly forged, but it's definitely inaccurate. Alright, I believe this is the one, right? Yes, that's the autopsy report. Alright, let's convict. Or use conviction, I should say. She's sus for real. So, are you the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian? I must clarify, even though I've heard it at least 3 times at this point, twice in the past 3 minutes. Is that correct? Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while. If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Alif Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. That should also be on a t-shirt. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh? It is exactly as you say, and she has bubbles now. Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling? No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. Pursuit indeed. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. Look who's finally woken up. There is no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper. Really? All you did was sign it. I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that. It seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight. Suppose, and this is just a supposition, even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that. If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Higgs was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring, and just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. Though she's also the type that's like very much married to her job, and I don't think she would betray her job like that. So perhaps there is some element of a setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First, it was myself. Now it's Miss Tenero, who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can. You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't. Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. This proves that the killer was out to frame Miss Tenero from the very beginning. I mean, it's a suitcase, right? Is Miss Tenero on the... She's out for Rhoda's blood for real. I never realized that the magazine has Rhoda Tenero on the cover of it. That's honestly amazing. Do you think Miss Rhoda Tenero would throw everything away to join a smuggling ring when she already has it so good? I mean, the company picks her designs, even though they're trash, and she's on the cover of the magazine. I mean, I don't think she'd throw it all away. Alright, let's see. What is the... Oh, it probably is a suitcase, right? I don't know, though. It was the best thing to transport the body, so I don't know if that was exactly the thing. Although, I think that with a free fall, perhaps the killer did not initially intend to murder, so we'll say the suitcase. The plan was brought together very closely. You never noticed her there either? I think it's a great touch, to be honest.
Take that!
Take that, the suitcase. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whoever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? It sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstances dictated the need for the killer to frame someone? I feel like Miles Edgeworth is like, I don't know, Dora sometimes. She's like talking directly to us. Why is this the case? I feel like he should just break the fourth wall and look directly at us. Let's see, okay. When the murder took place, where the murder took place, because it took place in the cargo hold, which only could have been accessed on this flight by 3 folks while the flight was going on. The captain or one of the 2 flight attendants. Which is kind of crazy. They only have 2 flight attendants, to be honest. Where the murder took place. The special circumstances is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. Oh, I was also just thinking the cargo hold, but anyway. So, no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Miss Tenero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenero or myself, but you, Miss Camille. Only you and you alone could be the killer. And Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Ugh. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definite evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture. I should say so, the missing telephone. Take that! I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing, and still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks' cell phone. Or at least, that's what you told me. That's right. But Agent Hicks' cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. Yeah, you mean the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer. Ha ha ha. Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Of course I do. We can hear it. Agent Hicks' phone. It's ringing from somewhere, sir. I hear it, Detective. Now, where is it coming from? Oh, up here, okay. March 12th, 4:12 p.m. Flight attendant's room. The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir. Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it. The ringing's coming from in here, sir. What? No, it can't be. This has gotta be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir? It's Miss Tenero's. What? Oh, yeah. March 12th, 4:28 p.m. Cargo hold. So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone? I found it in the flight attendant's room, in Miss Tenero's locker. What? But... Rhoda Tenero? I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away. Objection! Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time. Yeah, this is related to the keycard, all right. In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one bird we cannot ignore. What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. Alright then, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on, or in it. Hold it! What now, Miles Edgeworth? It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. Well, it's cracked for one thing. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. Let's take a look at the back. There's a camera. It's a camera phone. Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder... How exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. This looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine. Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for his smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler. But the phone's all busted up, sir. Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. Grr, I'll find a way. Don't you worry about that. May I go back to sleep now? I got a yawn from doing that.
Objection!
The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What? What do you mean by that, Francisca? It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. His phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. Francisca, your phone, if you please. Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now. This is... Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case. Hey, the LA Red's nowhere in this pic, sir. But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right? Ouch, she's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? I don't know. There's no big piece of cargo right here. The guardrail. It looks exactly the same as it does now. That rail is entirely too low. I even almost fell to my death. However, I was saved in a miracle-like manner. Perhaps that is what to run away from death by the skin of one's gum means. I try to narrowly escape death by the skin of one's teeth. Shakespeare. Now then, there must be something in this photo. Boxes of bed sheets. These are still in the cargo hold, though. There's nothing unusual about them in particular, but I can't shake the feeling. If you're just playing around, mind if I go home? Yes, I mind. Every time I do Cammy Meal's voice, I yawn. What exactly is different between then and now? There's no bit of cargo here. There's also a suitcase here. The fact that all the suitcases are here in this photo is odd. Agent Hicks was still alive at the time. So what exactly is odd about suitcases that haven't been used yet being there? Yes, well, I was only pointing out things that are different between now and then. Your off-topic ramblings have put this attendant to sleep yet again, Miles Edgeworth. Grr. Grr. I'll give Sleepyhead here a rude awakening. A deafening objection and a contradiction. What's all this? Oh, they are cargo shipped from Virginia to Zingfa. So, the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zingfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the content of the boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere. On cluster boxes is written in Borginian. It says... It is cloth in English. Cloth. Could it be? Is this where the killer... What for is that scary face? Miss Meal. Yes? It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is. Ha! Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. The Virginian cargo in this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. The cloth! The Virginian cloth! Present! And what is that supposed to prove? The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is... and this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian, and the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Chamomile. Ha! That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Borginian. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. What? There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. The bed sheets. The bed sheets.
Take that!
Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on the box, sir. Precisely, and bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? Hold it. So, what are you trying to say? That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first. However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold, so they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa. That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Chamomile. You and you alone. Not Hugo. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. Grr. So, what do you say, Miss Mille? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhengfa? No. Oh. He was Interpol. I couldn't stop. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. I. March 12th, 5:26 p.m. First floor lounge. We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir. She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye. Mr. Edgeworth, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much. It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation. But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation. I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it. No. I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer. It is worth like $1,200 bucks. Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, We here at Go You Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Now I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go. I feel like we should bow back. Is that... Well, anyway. I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy was it fun. Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Francisca? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding her case. Detective. Can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? You got it, sir. March 12th, 5:47 p.m. Hope Springs Airport. Francisca. I thought I told you when you first landed, I have no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am? You are Francisca Von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing period, living her life on the name and fame her invincible father built. True, your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route was found this time, or the smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. Plus, there is another agent on this case with me. Oh, another agent. He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rating. Who knows, maybe you may even run into him one day. I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths. I suppose, but I doubt he would say the same. I'm not following you. You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full. Bye, Francisca. Lang. And just like... Wait, what was that? And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. It was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office. Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Miles Edgeworth needs to be like on billboards for road safety. It's just him saying safety first with his finger pointing. Oh no, not like this, sorry, like this. Safety first. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca Von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of the ring had already put their trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Edgeworth speaking. Finally. I called who knows... Oh, sorry. Finally. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through. And you are? Have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy? Oh, Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct? So you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't risk this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped. And with that, it's a cliffhanger. The end. Now, I won't leave things on a cliffhanger. We will begin the third episode. Turnabout. What is it called again? The Kidnapped Turnabout. We will go about that. we will go about the turnabout. I crack myself up sometimes. What can I say? Beginning. Opening. We will do the opening today. For sure. I don't know how far we'll get along into it, but we are very close to catching up where Lindsay can join us. Alright, so I will take one quick, about 5-minute break, and we'll be back. Enjoy some smooth jazz in my absence. Alrighty, I am back. Back in action. Now, I do have to say, I have to take a very quick, like, 1 minute break in about, 10 minutes or so, because there is, I'm getting my car serviced today, and someone is coming by to pick it up for me, to take it over there for me, to where it needs to go. So I have to just hand them off the key, but that won't take very long at all. Let's just go into this case. So I'll be looking out for that message. But anyway, the kidnapped turnabout. Episode 3, let's go. And we have desktop audio, let's go. Episode 3, The Kidnapped Turnabout. March 13th, 10:11 a.m. I don't know where we are. It's time. Don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be following your every movement. Good to hear. Now, let's make sure you don't lose sight of me. I'm counting on you for backup. You can count on me, sir. I have to go. The kidnapper is supposed to contact me soon. Who would have thought that upon my return, I'd be thrust into a kidnapping case? And that I would be the one who would have to make the ransom drop off. It's the suitcase. It's the suitcase. Let's see. I checked that the money is all there, safe inside this suitcase. Now all I have to do is await further instructions from the kidnapper, which I'm expecting to be transferred to my cell phone. I wonder, who else is around? This is the meeting place, after all. Sweet Gatewater. Welcome to Gatewaterland! Thank you. And a big hello to you. I'm the Proto Badger. Nice to meet you. Oh, he speaks. Proto B. Excuse me, but were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me? A picture of you? Sorry, but I'm not interested. Ah, that's too bad. Well, have a good day. Hello? Who are you? You're not Ernest Amano. It sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alteration device. I'm his representative, Isles Edgeworth. Are you a cop? I don't know how to do the voice modulation sound without a voice modulator. No, I'm a prosecutor. I know what you're wondering, and yes, I have brought the ransom money with me. I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium. So this person intends to see if I'm being followed, Or, huh? Please, Detective Gumshoe, I really need you to come through for me this one time. Battle of the Magicians. Next Galactica versus Troop Gatame or something like that. Oh wait, Garmarai. Edgeworth speaking. Next, what was that? Next, come to the haunted house. And just how long do you intend to have me wander around for? That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend. I suppose not. To the haunted house. I've arrived. Go inside. Oh. I want to get a picture of Edgeworth going across a fun house. Mirror. When did this turn into a horror game? What a dismal place. That's it. Go through those doors. Am I being watched from somewhere? Graumeyer mention? I had no idea there was a reference to them in this game. Yeah, I didn't know either. I don't think me and my sister read that sign before. Leave the money and go. Now. This whole game is a horror game from Edgeworth's perspective. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, TBH. I was hoping for an exchange, so maybe I should do as they say for now and not push it. Oh. I couldn't catch even a glimpse of the kidnapper. Perhaps I should keep an eye on this haunted house until police backup arrives. Sounds like a good plan. Oh? Oh? What? 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 This is a horror game for real. For real, for real, for real. It was a trap. March 13th, 11:23 a.m. No idea where I am. That guy. Betrayed. No, can't be. Then the deal. Who is that? And what are they talking about? Split. Police. Alright. In front of meetup. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again. Game over, Edgeworth's dead. Fun while it lasted. We made it 2 cases. Oh, wait, he's alive. We made it. Where am I? Oh, I have the hiccups. How long was I out? It wasn't raining like it is now when I made the drop-off. This was supposed to be a simple affair. So why have I been taken hostage as well? My goodness. I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. The only reason I agreed to be the drop-off man was because of that phone call. It was from Mr. Ernest Amano, the director of the powerful Zaibatsu, the Amano group. But aside from that, I also owe him a great debt of gratitude. His only son, Lance, had been kidnapped. I know that Lance is already in his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of. Like getting kidnapped? What? I can't sit around waiting for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow. Ha ha ha! Was that you making that funny sound? Who's there? And how dare you laugh at a gentleman's plight? Oh yeah. She's here. She's here. Who are you? Are you one of the kidnappers? A kidnapper? Me? No way. I'm not into such petty crimes. Nope, I'm after something much, much bigger. I must be worn out from today's ordeal. Focus smiles. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Him. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief, Yatagarasu! Great thief? And did she really just claim to be the Yatagarasu? Oh, but my real name is Kay Faraday. Kay is here! Kay has entered the chat! Literally. You can call me Kay. Kay? Good. Glad that's settled. Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. It's her, the great thief Yatagarasu. But first, if you would be so kind as to remove these ropes. I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. Hey, there's no need to get all mad and ice glary on me, you know. This rope goes through here and... oh, there you go. What a relief. I owe you my thanks. Haha, it's okay. You can pay me back in full later. Now then, what question should I start with? And before that, hold on just one moment. I will be right back. Just gotta hand off my keys. Here's some more smooth jazz, just momentarily. I have returned. Oh, I went to the wrong... Hold on. Here we go. I have returned. Still have some epic music. Maybe I should have just, like, left this going. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go back. Now then, what question should I start with? Unfortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with this cheeky girl. You call yourself a great thief, yet are you really a thief at all? You doubt me? I get it. You think that a young lady like me couldn't possibly be such a big-time thief, right? That's not the part I have a tough time believing. I am the real, genuine Yatagarasu, you know. Yep, I'm a pure-blooded great thief. It's a little something I inherited from my predecessor. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I arrested you then, right? What? Of course I'd mind. I haven't stolen anything yet. Seriously, I don't know how you can say such a horrible thing to your savior. That's true. Technically, she hasn't stolen anything in front of me. Yes. She does have the three-headed raven on her scarf there, though. Yatagarasu. When you say you're the Yatagarasu, do you mean you are the Yatagarasu? Yep. The most righteous of the righteous, the legendary great thief. But I inherited the title only recently, so I haven't had a chance to steal anything yet as the second Yatagarasu. I was not aware that thieves could pass down their titles like that. But don't worry, I've got some big plans in the works. Big plans, huh? They wouldn't happen to lead to a big arrest, would they? I knew it. There's just no reasoning with a prosecutor. I'm not the problem here. I'll have you know that the Yatagarasu has no interest in stealing petty trinkets. There's one thing and one thing only I want to steal. Only one thing. And what would that be? But that's going to have to wait until we find our way out of here. Well, at least there is one thing we agree on. I'm sure I'll have plenty of time later to learn more about you. So you never told me what your name is, Mr. Prosecutor. Ah, I guess not. I'm Miles Edgeworth. Aha! Now I remember. How can you remember something I just told you? But she sure is cheery. Alright. Then, alright, then Mr. Edgeworth, let's get out of here. And the door's locked. It would seem that we are locked in from the other side. What? No way. I don't hear you. La 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 la. Kay, do you remember where you came in from, right? It looks like that might be our only way out of this room. Whoops, slight miscalculation. That's a good height to make an entrance from, but I can't jump that high to make an exit. I suppose we have no choice but to look around and see if we can't find another way out. Begin investigation, isolation room. Let's see. They're holding a blue badger photo rally. You didn't know? Plus, it's not just the blue badger, it's his whole family, too. If you manage to snap a shot of every member of the family, you get a real posh prize. Take a picture of every member of the Badger family and receive a prize. There's only one of each of the 4 family members wandering throughout the park. Best of luck. We have creepy, cool guy, lady, and sir. That's what I'm calling them. See if you can figure out which ones I'm referring to, or which ones are which, according to my viewpoint. Well, there's a costume head sitting over there. Why not start with a picture of that? You can't do that. That's cheating. There's only one of each badger in the park, so you have to work for it. Speaking of badgers, there was one sitting against a wall in the haunted house. Seriously? But somehow I don't think that one counts, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to take pictures of the costumed ones walking around the park. Oh, it was walking. It was certainly walking. So those are the rules of this game. How quaint. I mean, the rules are pretty simple. There's just one. There's just one of each. Hey, there's something inside the bottom right box. Oh, I think it's a pink badger costume. Pink badger. You don't keep up with what's going on in the world, do you? In that case, you'd better study up on the whole Badger clan with this. Proto-Badger, the very first Badger. Bad Badger, a vile criminal with a gun. But he looks so cool. Why did they make him look so cool if he's evil? Blue Badger, an ally of justice who keeps the peace. I have a plushie Blue Badger somewhere around here. Creepy, cool guy, lady, and sir. My favorite guys. And Pink Badger, note her unique pink bow. Okay. What is this thing? Think of it as a Bible of all things you'll ever need to know about the clan. There's one sentence for each character. How is this a Bible? Whatever. I suppose I can keep it as a reference guide or something. I still like my names for it better. Creepy, cool guy, sir, and lady. Though actually, we should start with lady. Lady, sir, creepy, and cool guy. Yeah, it is really cool. I got it from no ads, no free ads, but also I got it from a place called Fangamer. I think it's what it's called, fangamer.com. They have a bunch of stuff from all sorts of games. Stardew Valley being like the main one for me, but they also have like a small collection of Phoenix Wright stuff. So yeah, we got one of the Blue Badgers. This one, sir, not creepy though. I suppose this means that this is where they keep all the costumes. Why am I gone? I've gotten progressively more British with Edgeworth. Every single, like, minute that that passes of me doing his voice. It certainly looks that way. It's like the Badger family's home. There are 8 boxes, but 7 of them are empty, which means that 7 of the costumes are in use right now. Good powers of observation there, and deduction, Edgeworth. But aren't these Badgers the mascots of the police force? Well, I heard that the police had a hand in sponsoring this theme park. Probably because the Gatewater group owes the police from all of those cases they solved. They have all the power of the state, and they used it to make a theme park. It's not just any theme park. They have a handcuff-shaped double-looping roller coaster. That's quite enough. I'm feeling woozy from just the thought of such a thing. You love Stardew too? Nice. I have a whole Stardew series. I'm actually going to be playing or resuming it on Saturday as well. I love Stardew Valley so much. Honestly, might be my favorite game ever. I don't know. Well, no, I think that still goes to Uncharted 4, but it's pretty close up there. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I suppose this is the Pink Badger, but since it has the same design, it doesn't it seem forced to call this one a female? You think so? I mean, just look at how long her eyelashes are. That's the only difference. And the fact that she's pink. Yes, and her lips are red? See, lipstick. I actually don't see any lipstick. Does anyone else see any lipstick? What? She has nothing to say about the giant pink ribbon, or is that too obvious? The inevitable Britification of Edgeworth. You did the same thing when you were playing the Ace Attorney games. It's funny, I think my sister does, my little sister Lindsay, I think she does the same thing. She'll be voicing Edgeworth when she joins the series, but she also starts going into British. So I guess it's just what happens for sure. It is truly inevitable, as you say, Miles. It's truly inevitable. And what have we here? Ah! Why do I feel a laser-like stare aimed right at me? Did you want to take a look? Well, don't mind if I do. Ooh, I see. Yes, this is definitely a key. I'm sure it's a key to something. Okay, I might be able to open something. This something is what is relevant to my interest. Indeed. Alright. Look, it's the Blue Badger. I suppose even this thing can be popular with women. My nemesis. What in the... Why is she beating it up? For heaven's sakes, Kay, it's just a box. It's just a box. He's got the word badge right in his name. That nothing but bad news for someone like me. That's a strange sentence, right? It's not just me. That nothing but bad news for someone like me. I feel like it should be that's nothing but bad news for something like me. Well, anyway. And to think he's out there wandering around in this park. I'd better be careful, or he's going to arrest me by the power of his name alone. I somehow doubt that the Blue Badger has the power to arrest anyone. Alright, cool guy. So this is the Blue Badger's rival, the Bad Badger, huh? Do you feel some sort of reverence towards this Badger, Kay? Ha! I can't believe you would be so stereotypical when it comes to thieves. Surely you must also think there are much cooler and cuter ones out there, right? That's it. I've decided that thieves and thievery need an image makeover. Well, this guy looks really cool, actually. Like, honestly, he looks more like, I don't know, like, one of those cool cops. Like, one of the cool detectives from, like, I don't know, like an 80s show. An 80s crime show. It's like the cool detective. He's got, like, the, you know, exactly those glasses. Those sunglasses. And then that goatee. I mean, it looks like he's just a detective, a cool detective from the 80s. I'm just saying. Good luck with that one. Okay, then we have Creepy over here. This is that Blue Badger I met at the main gate. Excuse me, but his name is Proto Badger, not Blue Badger. He's based off of the very first design created by the local police chief. You know, when you compare the two, the Blue Badger looks a bit cuter. A bit. I suppose as he continued to redesign him, the chief managed to make him cuter and cuter. And also maybe eliminated the creepiness. Even humanity has come a long way when you think about it, about how much we've evolved. Are we comparing the Blue Badger to humans now? Not anymore, we're not. Okay, well that was all of it. This schedule is nothing, or at least I think it's a schedule. It's just like a table of stuff. Let's go back. Oh, let's run. I just like watching Miles run. Wait, look at this. We're stuck. Oh no, we were stuck on something. Watching Miles run is just like the most entertaining thing ever. I don't know why. Oh my. Okay. This phone. Isn't this my phone? It looks like it made it through the ordeal intact. If only there was a way for us to contact someone on the outside. Ah, but we do have a way. Right here. Ah, there was a cell phone here this whole time? If I'm right, Detective Gumshoe should have contacted the precinct for backup by now. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? I was so worried, sir. I'm fine. I was knocked unconscious for a spell by the kidnapper, that's all. I'm sorry, sir. I'm such a failure. If only I hadn't lost sight of you. Detective, we don't have time for this. Have the police set up a perimeter right now. You don't have to worry about that, sir. I already got the boys working on that. But in doing that, I sorta... You didn't realize you could run until you played the second Investigations games? You really did miss so much potential. What's wrong, Detective? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me. Who is this? Shi Long Lang of Interpol. A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Edgeworth. Heard a great deal about you. I've heard a great deal about you. So why exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case? Don't sweat the details. A crime's a crime, whether it's on a local or global scale. Besides, you're the one who's in a world of trouble. And why would you say that? Lang Zi says, the pack that runs together stays together. You catch my drift? You caused quite a ruckus by running blindly into a situation and then getting caught. You should have contacted the police from the very beginning. I'm sorry that this happened because of a lapse in judgment. However, I humbly request that you please help me out of here post-haste. BRB going insane over Wolfman. Oh my. Sorry, no can do. What? We're hunting the kidnapper now, and I haven't got any hands to spare. As I said, my pack moves as one. You're the one who wanted to go it alone, so good luck to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Oh, and once we do catch the kidnapper, rest assured we'll come find you. Eventually. You... What's wrong? Did you get cut off? No. My phone ran out of power. No way. It doesn't matter anyway. We should try to get out of here through our own means. Yeah, I have a name to live up to after all. If we put our heads together, we're sure to find a way out. Okay, well, we need to get up there for sure. Can we, like, pull out one of the cabinets? Man, why did they have to put the window so high up anyway? Yeah, that is a little bit strange. This does feel like a bit of a prison. Although I guess maybe it's safe to say that they also change in here. So then it's probably good that they keep the windows up high. How is a thief supposed to make her daring escape? I suppose we can make our way out if we were able to climb on top of these lockers. Haha, that's pretty clever. You make a good thief yet, Mr. Edgeworth. Please don't ever place my name and the word thief in the same sentence again. Let's see, I wonder if I can jump and grab the top of the locker here. I'd say this locker is about 2 miles Edgeworths high. So what is that, about 12 feet? 2 miles Edgeworths. Hear me out. Okay, if I just stand on your shoulders, I should make it. Because you're about 1 mile Edgeworth high when you're standing straight up tall. You might even be a little bit higher than one edge, or a little bit taller than one Edgeworth high. So, yeah, just stand still. I'll get on your shoulders, and this will be great. Oh, it's more like She Lone Lawn than the way it looks. Oh, okay. She Lone Lawn. She Lone Lawn. She Lone Lawn. She Lone Lawn. Okay. Man, why? Oh, yeah. Why do they have to make such an enormous window or lockers anyway? If we can get to the top, then we can escape. If only there were some footholds. So we need footholds. So what you're saying is open up the lockers. Although I guess maybe they're not slidey lockers. They might just like open up like this. But even then, I feel like we can stand on the door. Maybe we can use this paint to help us escape. And what exactly do you have in mind? Well, we could paint help in really big and really giant letters. And who, pray tell, would see these giant letters? We're inside a building. Okay, then how about we light the paint on fire and send out colored smoke signals? Anyone who saw it would think some crazy arsonist was about and call the cops. Actually, that may not be great for me, seeing as I'm a thief and all. Let's try to find something other than this paint to use, shall we? I think we could stack the boxes. Oh, I see is that a foothold? I don't know what that would do, but this is the beam I was tied to. What's up? The sky. I was pondering if perhaps we could make it over to and out the window if we climbed this. Good thinking, and if it's climbing action you need, just leave it to me. Thanks. This hook looks like it might make for a good foothold. Up you go, Kay, and good luck. Count on it. Oh, the great Yadaratsu spreads her mighty wings and takes to the skies. Oh, I think she may have fallen. But I love that she just has wind on her. As I thought, this beam was definitely not made for climbing. What do you mean, as I thought? I'm not your guinea pig, you know. I love that her hair and clothes were still like flowing in the wind though, even though we're inside. That was amazing. Okay, is there logic? Do we have logic? Oh, hold on. We have to look at the head of the cool guy. What is this? Looks like the blue badger and it's looking as bad as ever. Looks like a costume head to me. I guess the bad badger's costume is at the very least a two-piece, huh? The real question is, why is only the head sitting out here on the floor? Costumes separate into head and body. This head was left in the isolation room. Why did they call this the isolation room? Kind of crazy. when this is like the mascot changing room. Alright, well, let's see. Let's see here. Do we have some logic to use? Lockers, tiny key. I might be able to open something somewhere in this room with this key. The beam I was tied to. It's not enough of a foothold to climb out with. And costumes. Okay. Let me talk to... I almost called her Mia. That's not the right person. I'll talk to Kay really fast. I guess about the kidnapping. Do you know where the person who kidnapped me went? Well, after they locked you up in here, it sounded like they went into the next room and started talking to someone. I feel like I heard something as well, but it's all a haze in my mind. However, I do recall that the kidnapper was talking with someone. It was just a guess before, but I guess I really am dealing with two kidnappers here. After that, they left. It almost seemed as if they were done with you. I suppose that is the case, as my kidnapping seems like an afterthought to the $1 million. Well, if they went into the next room, let's see what we can find out through the slot. Okie doke. Good thing we talked to her. Ooh, we can peer into the room the kidnappers were in from there. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Is that what I think it is? It looks like the kidnappers had an escape tunnel prepared just in case. That's awesome. They're like a bunch of great thieves themselves. No, they're not, because I highly doubt they made the tunnel themselves. The floor panel was removed and propped up against the beam in a very specific way. I think this building was originally built with a basement or underground area. Interesting. Anything suspicious about these chairs? There is a beam in the next room identical to the one in this room. There's even a hook on it to hold a propped up floor panel in place. Which reminds me, did you find something useful, Mr. Edgeworth? Perhaps. I may have found a very handy hint to how we'll get out of here. There's a door on the opposite side that appears to be the same as this one, which would mean that I can probably assume that these two rooms are very similar in structure. I believe I may have just found our ticket out. Oh, there's probably a floor panel? Logic. Open floor panel. And... well, and something in here. Go back, go back. Open floor panel, and I feel like we have to match it up logically with something that's in here. What that is, I don't rightly know just now, but we'll find out. Maybe there's more to see over here. There certainly is not. Let us see. Open floor panel. Tiny key. Maybe it's this. With conviction! No. No. The pieces don't fit together quite right. There's a hook on this beam. Wait, was that what he was saying? That there was a hook? Oops. There's a hook. Oh. I see. So it's the beam. We gotta connect it with the beam. Gotta connect it with the beam. With conviction! Let's go! This hook on this beam. You know, I already tried, and there's no way I can jump from this hook to the window. Come on, even you have to admit when something's not possible. Well, you could have tried shimmying up, though, to that beam up there, but we won't talk about that just now. Ha! I wasn't about to suggest that again. Rather, that it's here for a different purpose. Really? Like what? As you saw in the adjacent room, it's clearly for keeping a floor panel propped up, which means that should be a panel in this room that we can open as well. Oh, I get it. We didn't notice its existence all this time because it was being hidden by this tarp. Alright then, let's fold this thing up and see what's underneath. Now this is what I call a treasure. Alright. I have a feeling the tiny key will come into play now. I love also that she just has a key in her hair. That's amazing. Wow, this must be another entrance to the secret hidden basement. I totally smell treasure. The scent I wish to smell is the sweet fragrance of freedom. Then what are you waiting for? Hurry up and open the hatch. Alright. This thing is locked down tight. Do you perhaps need a key, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah, fiddlesticks. It's okay. I have the power of logic. Tiny key and underground entrance with conviction. Booyah. Ow, I kind of hurt my hand and my finger. Maybe I won't do that again. I believe you're up, Kay. Huh? Why me? Because we need to use the tiny key that you've taken quite a liking to. Oh, gotcha. Just leave it to me. I love the tense feeling of these moments when you're about to uncover something big. I believe the feeling of freedom would be much more satisfying right about now. Oh, right. I got the secret door open. And now? Ack! Wait! What? Ah! Are you alright, Kay? I'm fine. The ladder just slipped is all. Thank goodness she's alright. I about had a coronary. There's a lot of really large machinery down here. What about an exit? It's really dark and cramped down there, so I really doubt there's an exit. I can't believe that happened. The big key in her hair has 3 smaller keys dangling off of it too. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing. You have only yourself to blame for leaping before you looked, you know. No way. I mean, how was I supposed to know that the ladder is removable? Okay, that is very important. Underground ladder. And lockers with conviction. Boom. I did it better that time. I didn't hurt my hand. I figured out how we will escape this prison, Kay. Oh, so how are we going to bust out? It seems that your reckless actions were of use after all. Are you actually praising me? More of a thank you for giving me an idea regarding this ladder. The underground ladder? What about it? This ladder isn't just for those who wish to go down. Oh, I see. If we use this... Yes, I believe it's long enough to reach the top of those lockers. Well, then what are we waiting for? Investigation complete. Health fully restored. Alright, now we can get out of here. Yes, we spent entirely too much time in here. Yeah, like 45 minutes. Kidnappers who held me hostage and a mysterious Interpol agent. This case is only getting started, and I'll be the one to bring it to a resounding end. To be... Oh, no, not to be continued. Not to be continued. March 13th, 12:11 p.m. Wild Wild West area. There's that cat over there. The 10-gallon hat saloon. Oh my gosh, how fitting. They locked me up in jail. It looks like it stopped raining for now. Yeah, and thank goodness. You have no idea how hard it was raining earlier. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so glad to see you managed to escape, sir. I was so stressed that I thought my heart was gonna give out. Detective Gumshoe, may I ask what in the world that is? Well, that's, count off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 98, 99. Shifu, 99 members are here and accounted for, sir. Including the Blue Badger. Alright. Heh, what the heck do you think you're doing, counting my cubs off like that? Every person is a valuable human being, you get me? And everyone has a name that their parents gave to them. No one is a 2 or a 3. Everyone, regardless of age or rank, is number 1, got it? Shifu, Shifu. It's him, Wolfie. You are Agent Lang, I take it. You infidel. How dare you address our Shifu so rudely? Grrr. Lang Zi says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. So don't you ever forget to show the proper respect towards another person. Shina. Or Sheena. This isn't much, but please accept my card. Oh, thank you. Please accept mine in return. You all see that just You all see that just now? That is the proper way for 2 people to show their respect. Keep that in mind, and you'll get far in life, got it? Ah, that's right. Francisca did warn me. Something about an elite Interpol agent from the Republic of Zhengfa. Apparently, this man has the highest successful arrest rate in the organization. Agent Lang, what exactly is an Interpol agent involved with this clearly domestic case? Or why exactly? That's none of your... No, wait, sorry. One of the best characters with one of the best theme songs. You can't deny he has an incredible theme song. That's none of your business, Mr. Prosecutor. How is it not? I've heard a rumor or 2 about you. You solved a murder that occurred during your flight home recently, right? Ha! But you sure took a while just to arrest one little flight attendant. How pathetic. How dare you say that about Mr. Edgeworth? Are you saying you could have solved it faster, pal? The comedic relief jumps to the aid of his master. How cliche. Look, I'm getting at is... No, what? Okay, sorry. Look, what I'm getting at is that if I had been there, no one would have died. I would have solved the entire case, and Agent Hicks would still be with us here today. Agent Lang knew yesterday's victim, Agent Ackby Hicks. Hicks was like a brother to me, so now I'm out to take my revenge. Agent Hicks was investigating a smuggling ring with Francisca and a 3rd person. This must be the man she was talking about. In that case, you should understand how I feel, as the kidnapped is someone I know. So, I ask that you please allow me to participate in the investigation. Not so fast. This isn't your neatly trimmed courtroom of Eden, you know. You're out in the wilderness now, Mr. Prosecutor, and way out of your league. No hard feelings, but why don't you go on back to your courtroom now, pretty boy? You dare to mock the court? I do, and I don't need the help of a filthy prosecutor. Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. Who uses the adjective filthy to describe a prosecutor? And why? Why do I feel such intense loathing emanating from him? Alright, man. Good job on the perimeter around Gatewaterland. Now just find me the kidnapper and bring the punk to me. Dismissed. Sir. Now then, Mr. Prosecutor, you just sit tight and don't cause any trouble, understand? Well, wait. Oof. Mr. Edgeworth, it's been a while since I last met someone so disagreeable. Why of all places did he show up here, and completely out of the blue at that? I suppose I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe to fill me in on that. Alright, Gumshoe. Give me the tea. Great job, Detective. Sir, for losing sight of me and the kidnapper, and allowing my investigation to be hijacked. Sir... I look forward to your next month's salary assessment. But the case isn't lost yet, sir. I'm gonna show you how much of a man Dick Gumshoe can be. Shall I prepare the 21-gun salute now or later? Oh, dang. Detective, are you sure it was the precinct you called for backup? Of course, sir. I think I would know the number of my own precinct like the back of my hand. Then why did an Interpol agent show up instead, with an army of his own agents? That? I have no idea. About 5 minutes after I made the call, that Wolfman showed up out of nowhere, sir. Agent Lang definitely has an agenda, so the question is, what is he after? Next step. Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask about one thing, sir. Yes, what is it? Who is that? The girl over there, I mean? I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday. Well, what? Funny, I don't recall making you my assistant, Kay. Yeah, I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Me. It's been like that since forever. Sorry, but I just stole your supporting role. How can you say something so serious with that giant grin on your face, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, we've got a thief on our hands, sir. She stole my role, sir. I'm taking her in, getting her convicted, and making sure she serves out her sentence. Oh, come on. It'll be fun. Like musical chairs. You'd better stay fast on your feet. No way. I won't. I will not lose the spotlight to you, little girl. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. Boop. Okay, so LeBlanc, like, aged super well. Ernest, not doing so great. Dude looks like he's 70. He's only 51. Let's see. Lance. Kay. Sheena. And, okay. Shilong Lan. Shilong Long. Shilong Long. Shilong Long. Shilong Long. Hello, Knight. Same game 3 days in a row. Yep. I have to catch up on it so I can play it with my sister again. So I had to catch up to where we were. We're pretty much there. Brum, 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 brum. Man, I can't calmly do any stealing at all with that detective around. I suppose it's not easy when there's as many members of law enforcement in the vicinity. It's alright. It's not like I'm in a hurry to steal just any old thing. Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Quite the mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more. So, what are you going to do with your investigation into the kidnapping? What are you going to do about your investigation into the kidnapping? Good question. Since Agent Lang holds the authority to investigate this case now, this makes things a bit more complicated. Oh, come on. You can't let that stop you. I'll even lend you a hand. So let's go. But you're a self-purported great thief, are you not? I don't believe I can let someone of an unlawful nature participate in an investigation. You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any old great thief. I'm the Yatagarasu! And as I said earlier, the Yatagarasu is after one and only one thing. Which is? What is this one and only one thing you're after? The Yatagarasu is only interested in one thing, and that is the truth. I see. It was 7 years ago. There was a vigilante who threw the business world into a panic. Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appeared and vanished at will. Though we still don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu like to find and publicly disclose evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. Once a target was chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement was sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found was sent out to the mass media, along with a card with the mark of a three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call what the Yatagarasu was stealing the truth. Could this child really be the successor to the original Yatagarasu? But that can't be, can it? Lance! Lance! Where are you, son? Oh, that's not his voice. My bad. Mr. Amano. Amano. Oh, Miles, my boy. I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair just after you've returned. For you, Mr. Amano, I gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out during my time abroad. If it wasn't for you, I might not have been introduced to that law office, and had the chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system. No. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you ever want to go overseas again, you need only to ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere, anytime. So who's the old man? He is the father of the currently kidnapped Ernest Amano. Now then, have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly. As he's counting his money, I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Amano. Hold on there. Then what happened to all that money? I believe the $1 million has been stolen, and that the culprits are now on the run. What? Poor old man. Don't you have anything you could give him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth? Forgive me, Mr. Amano. The kidnapping. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more time. Oh, it was yesterday. A call came to the house. From the receiver came the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy. I know this is tough. I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Amano. You don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I had recorded him saying that. He definitely should have recorded that conversation, but not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Refresh my memory. What kind of person is Lance again? How will telling you about Lance help you get him back? Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationships and behavior. Very well. Then, Lance is my one and only son, and he had turned 21 this year. He is very much like me when I was his age, kind and very attractive. Whoa. I'm sure women simply can't keep their hands off of him. Is there anything else about him you notice of late? Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver. Your butler? Yes, his name is Oliver Deacon. He's been with our family for years now. He gets along so well with Lance, so I thought maybe he would know where my son is. Oliver, Mr. Amano, could you please tell me a little more about your butler, Mr. Deacon? As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's personal private tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him. So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave. What about his family and friends? They said they hadn't seen him. I've tried everything I could think of, Miles. Do you think this could have something to do with Lance's kidnapping? It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. So even the person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon sounds like one name I had better keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Let's begin our investigation. Even if that Interpol agent holds the authority to head this investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by, twiddling our thumbs. I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I, Dick Gumshoe, pledge to stick by your side through thick and thin. Mr. Amano, it was my fault that the culprits escaped, which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Lance to you myself. Oh, I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy. All right. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's do some investigating. If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it. Begin investigation. Wild Wild West area. So, what should we examine first? Thanks to Agent Lang, we can't leave this area, but the culprits were here until only very recently. which means we may be able to find some clues that will tell us how they escaped. Okay, let's get looking. Hey, you there. Who, me? What are you doing goofing off in a place like this? I wasn't goofing off. I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off his investigation. You imbecile. All precinct detectives are now under Agent Lang's direct command. No way. I am not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police. Good. Now, let's go. Oh my gosh, the officers have to drag him away. No! Boy, have I got just a job for someone like you. Someone, I don't know. Well, that was exciting. I'm going to look at the preview and see the words I missed on that last line. Boy, have I got a job for someone of your talents. Oh, that's what it was. Well, that was exciting. Okay. What? Can't you tell I'm all ready to get down to some detective work? You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you. Oh, come on. I finally get to be your assistant and you try to ditch me? I don't recall offering you the position. Why do you have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know. Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back. You're the only one asserting that. Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. That's the Yatagarasu way. You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about. Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation, but the talented assistant Kay is going to tag along no matter what you say. Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. I might as well surrender and let her come along for the ride. Alright, oh, we have this guy. Hey, it's the Blue Badger. Badger get... I really don't understand why she is so excited over this badger hunt. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside of there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw. He's doing that contorted wriggling dance again. Aha! Oh, it's this guy. Ah! You've uncovered my undercover identity, sir. I was to remain under that head, sir. Aren't you Officer Meekins? Sir! Mike Meekins reporting for duty, sir. Nothing good ever comes from the Badgers. This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. About the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches. Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth? I've met him in the courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time? Sir, because I'm not a police officer right now, sir. I'm the Blue Badger, and I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids. That's never a waste of time, sir. I have a dream to become as big as detective... Wait. I have a dream to become as big a... Oh my gosh. I have a dream to become as big as Detective Gumshoe, sir. I was patrolling the scorchingly boring beat until a little while ago, when the dispatch radio on my shoulder crackled that the kidnappers had escaped, sir. I thought maybe this was my shot at making detective, sir. I rushed on over to join in, but when I got here, there was a sea of people already, and I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy onto anyone. It would seem that some people never change. The Blue Badgers. So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit? Sir, that's because, sir, I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir. But it's also to hide the fact that I'm an officer on the trail of a kidnapper, sir. I see. Agent Lang is very wise to employ this sort of diversionary tactics. To be handed the role of the Blue Badger out of all the different disguises, sir, it's such an honor. Any clues? How long have you been standing here, officer? Sir, for about 1 little hour, sir. That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious. And I've been here ever since, sir. If that's true, then it's possible Officer Meekins saw the kidnappers escaping. But, however, sir, I must tell you I didn't see a thing, sir. I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No, but I know you will, sir. He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist that you tell me more about your recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it, too. I patrolled the park all while wearing this costume, and about 1 hour ago, I came here, sir. I haven't seen any suspicious-looking people this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir, a lone blue badger. What you said just now is contradictory to the facts. How so, Mr. Edgeworth? It contradicts. You say you saw a blue badger? I think it contradicts the fact that two shouldn't be out at the same time, right? He's wearing the blue badger. There's only one of each badger in the park, yeah. With conviction! Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your latest statement, or your last statement. Sir, of course, sir. If that's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I am commanded to wait. You said that you saw a blue badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger in it at any given time. Which means that as long as you are the blue badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another blue badger wandering the premises. What, sir? Then that would mean that there are two blue badgers walking around, but why? That is a good question. We must figure that out. Let's look at our logic right now. Costumes. It seems that the costumes of the Blue Badger family are kept in the isolation room. Now there was a second Blue Badger. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Lang's orders. Yeah, I suppose I have to deal with this impasse for now. This garage door is a clue. Horses painted on this garage door to complete the Wild West theme. They look so lifelike, don't you think? Are you thinking of wrangling, or rather, stealing them? If you can coax them out of there, sure. Come on, I know you can sweet-talk them out. I could be holding a cube of sugar in my hand, and they wouldn't budge, Kay. Oh, tracks. Tire tracks. It's a set of tire tracks originating from the garage. Aha! So that means a car left in the garage at some time, right? Correct, but for the car to leave these tracks, it would mean that it left during the passing rain. That's the only explanation as to why these tracks are made of mud. 3 treads. I think we can also safely assume it's a special type of car. Okie doke. Oh, there are footprints. Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here. I remember hearing rain fall out here while I was being held in there. Yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground is already pretty much dried up. What's this game about? I've seen games and animations inspired by it, but I think but I've never seen the actual game. Well, this is set in the Ace Attorney universe, which the first set of games, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy series, follows Phoenix, and it's like investigating and court stuff, and Miles is like a main character in that. And in this one, this is Ace Attorney Investigations. So in this one, we're now Miles, and Miles Edgeworth, that is, and Edgeworth is basically going through and solving a bunch of cases. That's pretty much it. We're a prosecutor, but we're going through and solving cases. Basically, like, we're a detective, I guess. I don't know. We have Detective Gumshoe with us most of the time. We usually meet characters from the original trilogy in a case. Although this K girl is brand new. So we just met her. We've already solved 2 cases, so we're on the 3rd episode now. And that's pretty much, I think, all for right now. That's pretty much what it's about. This case right now, specifically, is about a kidnapping that we have to solve, but yeah. I think that's pretty much all for right now. It's basically like a detective game, but the detective is actually a prosecutor. It's set in America as well. Well, sort of. It's like it's like set in America, but really it's like a cross between America and Japan, which is pretty cool. But anyway, yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground has already pretty much dried up. I should be thankful. It left us with some nice footprint samples. You know what? I bet if we follow them, we can find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes. I don't think it will be that easy. Why not? Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here, and we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers. Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing. We need to know what kind of shoes they were wearing. Okay. Oh, what's this? Japanifornia. Yeah, it's Japanifornia. Hey, Mr. Etchworth, isn't this one of those things you tie horses to? Yes, although the horses are in another location at the moment. Ah, and here I was hoping I would get to ride one. You know how to ride a horse? Nope, never rode one in my life. But I have an Asian friend who was born in the year of the horse. Non sequitur is the only way to describe your logic. Anything else, or is it logic time? Oh, also... Oh, no, Barrel's here. So we're investigating, and we have to, like, argue with people as well. So those are the two, like, main gameplay mechanics. But there's also logic in investigation. If these were real, oh, no, sorry, this is K. If these were real, I wonder what you'd put in them. Water would be the obvious answer. But if you stored water in a barrel under the blazing hot sun, wouldn't it go bad? People of that period probably didn't care about how it tasted. Sorry, but I can't let you get away with making fun of our forefathers. I mean, maybe they really liked the strange taste. Look who's making fun of them now. Alright, here's time for logic. Okay, a second blue badger. Costumes. And what kind of shoes? That's the logic we have right now. Let me just make sure really fast we can't investigate anything else. Or talk to anyone else. Oh, wait, we can. Ha! I've got you now, you vile criminals. I'd think the kidnappers would have better sense than to try hiding in these. Oh, come on, lighten up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think that the criminals would be hiding here right in front of 2 officers. I certainly hope not. Boom, 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 bam, bam, boom. Oh, this cactus. Look, there's a blurb about the cactus here. This cactus is a very gracious gift to Gatewaterland from the local police precinct. I can't believe the police went so far as to even donate a cactus to this place. So, is the police department running a cactus farm on the side? Just kidding. They wouldn't do something so silly. Actually, I have the vague impression I've seen a cactus farm at the precinct before. Okay, now I think that's everything. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, Q. Let's try for some more logic. Why did I blank there for a second? That was crazy. Time for some more logic. What kind of shoes? Costumes. A second blue badger. Maybe we can connect these 2 together with conviction. Let's go. A second blue badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly, the true identity of the person underneath is... Oh, I know. It's one of the kidnappers, right? The person wore a costume to get away. Precisely. After all, The costumes that went missing from the storage area are a blue badger, a proto-badger, and a bad badger. Yes, those three. So there are 3 phony badgers running around in the park somewhere, huh? Interesting. Now more logic. What kind of shoes were they wearing? Well, we now know that they were wearing shoes that matched the costumes. With conviction. Or I guess, rather, they were wearing, like, you know, the footy things at the bottom of the costume. And now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing badger costumes, those footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning. Oh, you mean now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers? Or wait. Oh, you mean now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers, right? Yes, more than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of badgers. Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting. Okay. How do we do such? Oh wait, I guess we just go here? So we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them. There are 2 sets here. They both do look like possible candidates. This set is walking off to the west. Arg, it just stops. I can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here. I think we can assume it's headed towards the stadium. I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Quick, Mr. Edgeworth, I've got him! I got one of the culprits! Ah! No! I'm not a kidnapper, sir! Down, Kay. Clearly, those footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume. Aha! Maybe they came over to this garage for something. That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage. Sir! Roger Wilco, sir! Let's open this shutter and see what we find. Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside. Ah! Oh. I think we found a body. Whoa, what's in the... We seem to have stumbled across a dead body. She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver. Mr. Amano, are you saying that this man is... Yes, he's my butler. How could something like this have happened? Indeed. And why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I'd better investigate this crime scene quickly before Agent Lang or his men return. The kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage, and right to a dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? From my cursory examination, I believe this man died of a fatal bullet wound. It seems he was shot dead. You sure are calm for someone who just found a body. It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. It is true, this is like the 3rd dead body we found in as many days. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Alright, well let's take a look at the bullet wound. As long as that Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There are 2 gunshot wounds, one in his abdomen and one in his shoulder. So that means he was shot twice? No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is an entry wound, and the one near his shoulder is the exit wound. What a weird angle to be shot from. Nice, I knew you could figure it out. It comes with experience, and I've seen my share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder, where the bullet went clean through. I should make a note of this oddity. So it's possible that very possible that he was moved here. Preliminary findings data updated in my organizer. He's got that horsey thing on his neck. This is an unusually shaped pendant. What is it? Is it something valuable? She seems to have regained some of her composure. It looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it, and it's really pretty. Hold on, this is made of platinum silver. Nice! It is worth something after all. Oh, look, there's something written on the back. Colin Devoray is a name. Colin Devoray. But this man's name is Oliver Deacon. Or did Edgeworth just forget his name all of a sudden? Oh, we can deduce something. What evidence do we have? We have him. Oh, maybe that was the point. We must deduce. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes. Eureka! There's something not right about the name on the pendant. The victim is the Anno family butler, and his name is Oliver Deacon. But the name on the pendant is Colin Devoray. I wonder what's up with that. I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. It's shaped like a horse. Colin Devoray is engraved on the back. Investigation complete. Lance! Lance! Where are you, sweetie? Excuse me, but you are? Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall for a playboy like him you're in love with. Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh? Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance? Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops. His girlfriend? Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends, and, we're not lovers or anything. That's a strange thing to say. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I guess that's how people are going to see it, so I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. You know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character. May I inquire as to why you are here? I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to really worry. Both of the investigations games take place over the span of like 2 weeks. Poor Edgeworth. My goodness, Edgeworth really goes through a lot in these games. I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped? No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true. Oh, Lance. I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden in love routine. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here? Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. Hold it. Oh yeah, my men brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect now. Suspect? Who? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us. Not Officer Meekins. I don't think he's capable of committing any kind of crime. Or doing much of anything, really. What? Sir, I had nothing to do with it, sir. Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins? Heh, I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer. I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. All you have to do is arrest suspicious person after suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense. There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go on unchecked before my eyes. Heh, too bad you don't call the shots around here. As I have sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. Let's go, Miles. Let's go. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You, how dare you speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it. Ha 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 ha. You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Lang Zi says, every pack has its own rules. If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give you your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic. What is it again? Hold on. Shilong Long. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out, right? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement like Officer Meekins, isn't that right? Oh my gosh, there's a $9 million reward for the cool guy? That's crazy. That is your reasoning. Solid as a rock, it's based on the philosophy of detainment. What's this philosophy of detainment? Ha! You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying, beware of the wolf. Why the wolf? Because in my language, lang means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. When you first started playing this game, you thought that you wouldn't like him, but he's easy top 3 now. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Zi. You'd think I'd have heard of him and his teachings if he is that famous. Oh, he's got a scroll. Lang Zi developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zhangfa police still trained its recruits using his philosophies. But thousands of years ago? That makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale. Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world? You want to put it to a test? Rebuttal to she... Oh my gosh. I can never get the second word. Shilong Lan. Let's see. Let's press him on this first one. So what can you tell me about the body? A lot. Even without an autopsy, I have my ways. They teach you the basics of forensics along with the detention philosophy. Oh, then you wouldn't mind telling me a little of what you figured out, correct? I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out, right? Hold it. Yes, I think anyone who saw the bullet wounds would come to the same conclusion. Not so fast. Heh, don't pat yourself on the back yet. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, we have the scroll again. Lang Zi says, search where the water is deepest. You have to keep your eyes on the big fish that lurks in the depths, which is the killer. Is that right? And what would you know about the killer? Okay, the gun laws one. It would appear you've studied a little of our laws. Studied? Who needs to study what every child on any street corner already knows? It's that... Sheena! The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. That's it, the Federal Firearms Restriction Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days. Interesting. That woman is the one in charge of keeping track of the information. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement. Hold it. Meekins is not a member of law enforcement. Plot twist. If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here. Oh? Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. How did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time? That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. I didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. The power of sheer numbers. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey you, show me your gun. Oh! What's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden? Gun! What did you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already. Sir? Sir? I lost my gun, sir! How could you be so irresponsible? In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we've got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim. So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny. Interesting. Let's press on that fact. You mean to tell me that the murder occurred here, in this garage? From the fact that the suspect was found almost next to where the body was found, I'd say that it's pretty obvious that this is the crime scene. Lang Zi says, a criminal always returns to the scene of the crime. Hey, finally a quote even I've heard before. Furthermore, Lang Zi says something in this green scroll that I've forgotten. Successful investigations are the result of multiple returns to a crime scene. Looks like neither detectives nor criminals have changed their ways over the millenniums. So this is the kind of conclusion that the philosophy of detainment can lead you to. I don't get it, Mr. Edgeworth. Why are you putting yourself on the line for Mr. Meekins? It's not that I particularly care about what happens to Officer Meekins. What? However, I can't simply stand by while Agent Lang ignores our country's laws. I'll get it one day. Shilon Lan. Just what sort of investigator are you? Maybe we should see here. What do we have? This pendant. Preliminary findings. The kidnapper. Perhaps we need to... Oh, Bad Badger's head. Is someone just running around with just a Bad Badger body? Okay, ambushed the victim in this garage and killed him here with his gun. With his gun, yes. The victim is Oliver Deacon. I don't think that this... Yeah, this is too clean, right? Conviction. Objection. Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that is simply not possible. What do you mean? You've seen the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean? Aye. So you did notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder? Here, I have the hiccups, don't worry about it. Because this isn't the crime scene, and if it was your men who led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight. Bad time to get the hiccups. Grrr. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that officer was hanging out around here in the first place? I think they forgot to put Meekins there. It's fine. Weird. How so? And your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like, I found myself taking a walk. But sir, I really did take a walk, sir. You're a disgrace. How dare you take your pack obligations so lightly? Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something? Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir. Say me the way you did earlier, please, sir. Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened. Sir, not you too. Meekins' testimony. It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the blue in the Blue Badger mobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir. What is this Blue Badger mobile? It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir. So the Blue Badger mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop? Sir, I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream merchant. He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self. He sure seems sure of what he's saying. Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer? Sir! Roger, sir! Rebuttal to Meekins' testimony. Okay. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area. Describe for me how you conducted your investigation. Yes, sir. Well, first I made sure there were no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only people that seemed to gather around me were little girls, sir. Well, what did you expect when you're dressed like the Blue Badger? I thought I had no choice at that point, sir. So, I went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams. Hold it. What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir, the Blue Badger mobile is where dreams are collected. What? Sweetness like you've never known except in dreams, ma'am. Like innocence drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am. Like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I push the Blue Badger mobile along is my sworn duty, ma'am. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir.
Hold it!
You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers. No, sir, of course not, sir. I would never do something like that, sir. You're absolutely right. Wow, you're good at this forcing people to confess thing, Mr. Edgeworth. To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir. Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir. Okay. Press him on this last one. How did you wind up all the way over here? I was in the middle of the sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I knew it, the good old drop kick, I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent. In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir, that's right, sir. That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. It sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there is one flaw in Mr. Meekins' story, but I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before he'll spill the beans. I wasn't assigned to this area. Maybe that? Alright then, where were you assigned to? I was assigned to the main gate, sir. He must mean the main gate area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain. Okay, then why are you here in the Wild Wild West area? It's because of a very deep reason, ma'am. What evidence do we have? Mobile shop on 3 wheels was parked inside the Wild Wild West area garage. And still is, it would appear. Alright. The kidnappers while selling dreams. But when I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself in this area, sir. Wait. This is a map. The main gate area, the Wild Wild West, the stadium, and the haunted house. This actually looks kind of like a fun amusement park, to be honest. Is it something to do with this? Is that the handcuff roller coaster in the top right? Hello, Sponge SquarePants. Welcome to the stream. Alright, back. There's something glaring. We press him on everything, though. There's one flaw in his story. Take every square into the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badger Mobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew, I found myself here in this area, sir. Okay, let's look at evidence again. Mobile shop on 3 wheels was parked inside the Wild Wild West garage. Nothing weird about it, but it does not have mud on it. And it was raining. Interesting. Let's go back. Okay. While selling stuff in the Blue Badger mobiles, let's test him on this. It was raining. Yet there is no mud on this vehicle. I don't know if this is anything, but it's better than nothing. Oh, we did it! Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir? I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badger mobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? Actually, I just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? By the time I realized it, the Blue Badger mobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen. And that's when I came back to this area, thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Not so fast. A likely story. But who do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? The car getting stolen, it's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used alright, to move the dead body. What? You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins, and then you used the Blue Badger mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me, sir! The killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir! Agent Lang, wait. What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you, truth's truth. I couldn't care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon. I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy, and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. Grr. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Grr. Now be a good fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice. To be continued. Save my progress, yes please. Let's go. Alright, let's do a nice handy dandy little save right here. Middle, find the eyewitness. And I think that's one before the middle regrouping with Ernest Amano. So next episode of this series that we do should be including my sister Lindsay. But as for this one, I actually kind of need a thumbnail. But, you know, we'll go back to the... Oh, wait, hold on. Go back to title. Back to title. Don't save. We just saved. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, my. Okay. Let's exit out of this game now. And now in about 30 minutes, a little less than that now actually, I will be streaming some FNAF. So if you're interested in FNAF, definitely check that out as well. It's FNAF 2, hopefully nights 4 and 5. But anyway, as for this one, thank you so much for watching episode number 3 of my Ace Attorney Investigations Collection series. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like down below and subscribe for some more Ace Attorney content, and hit that notification bell so you can see whenever I go live. Go check out the merch shop. You can get lovely merch like, well, you can't get this anymore, but things similar to this. Luck of the Gamer t-shirt with the green cookie on the side. A brand new Flowers and Cookies of Spring and Summer collection has released. I will be wearing a bit of merchandise from that collection in tomorrow's stream. I just got my stuff for that last night, so I'm super excited to wear that tomorrow. And check out the main channel, Classic Cookie Gaming, where there is a Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy series over there. Actually, 2 of them. One where I went through the whole first game by myself, and another one where my sister and I are going through the whole trilogy. So definitely check that one out on the main channel, Classic Cookie Gaming, as well as so much more. There are like over 1,000 videos over on that channel. So let's see though. That's all for this one. See you in a few minutes, and let's roll that sweet outro music. Until next time, go find a good book to read and have an amazing day. Bye.